Woolworths and Coles have been caught price gouging in Australia. The Woolworths CEO has been confronted.
We don't appreciate that.
I don't think it's right though.
I think you're gonna like the way that she handles herself in public. The previous CEO did get themselves in trouble by answering questions poorly.
Can we take that out? Is that okay?
So
are we gonna?
Sorry, what are you unhappy with?
How much of an idiot was the previous CEO?
Well, he wanted to set it up for the new CEO. Let's watch the first one
The
first to get ourselves.
ACCC says that we have one of the most concentrated supermarkets in
It's
the world.
not
Is
true.
he lying?
It's not true.
His words are that
Retired, by the way.
I don't think you would impugn his integrity.
Now, that's always a good way to answer someone who's an interviewer who's going to be testing you. He's just jump in with retired, by the way.
I still can't understand why Brad Banducci even agreed to do this interview in the first place.
They probably had something on him and got him to do it. I'm hypothetically alleging.
All I can say is the media team at Woolworths at this time should be sacked.
Integrity and his understanding of competition law.
I'm just saying the world has got much more competitive since the terrific initiatives that were put in place back in whatever it was, 2008-9.
He retired 18 months ago. He's not.
Okay, can we take that out? Is that okay?
That's a good way to do the interview. This is my whole point. Even if you ask me to take something you said out of this, I'm not taking it
I know
out.
you're never taking it out.
Yeah, but if you're the CEO of a large company or whatever and you're interviewed by the news, you don't say, can we just take that out? Because obviously they're not going to. Unless this guy is secretly your lover and you're like, I'm going to blackmail you back, so you better take it out. You better have some insane dirt on the guy interviewing you if you think you're going to get out of it.
They're never going to get out of it.
How would you handle it? Because personally, what I would say is, oh my God, my migraine. I don't know what I'm talking about. I got to go home. Sorry, bye. Oh, or the old fake heart attack.
Sorry, let's just keep going. So
Are we gonna?
Sorry, what are you unhappy with?
I shouldn't have said that about it in
Well,
retired.
you did say it,
Yeah,
and
I mean he is
Because you
retired,
haven't got a brain. Because you don't know how to think critically on the run. That's not your skill set. Your media team should have known that and should have advised you not to do the interview.
Foreshadowing how bad the next one is, because trust me, when you see them get confronted, you're going to understand, actually, don't rely on the media team. Don't ask them for help, because trust me, they ain't making it better. How old is he? How much stuff has he done? Because it's not like as CEO of Woolworths, they just hired you off from the McDonald's
Well,
opening
they
line.
could have.
But, okay,
With
actually,
these kind of answers.
I shouldn't have said that, Angus. Are we going to leave it in there if we are?
well, I mean, we're on the record.
are we going to leave in the greatest moment of your career? Are you just going to take that out for me? I'm not even offering you anything, right?
You said it. I mean, you know, let's move on. But yeah,
Yeah, no. I think I'm done, guys. I do this with good intent.
I think that's the moment he knew that his career was over.
Oh, yeah.
I don't do this with bad intent. No.
you're walking out, really?
No. Can we just talk
No, no,
Brad for a second?
let me just.
Can we just have a minute?
Let me just make this even worse for everyone involved and make your day by giving you this absolute gold. You can see it in the eyes of this reporter like, oh my God, this is like Christmas come early.
Oh, it is.
This is like if this reporter came home and his wife's like, hey, I just brought the hottest girl in the world home for a threesome.
Yep.
Now, just pretend that you don't want it too much, but it's happening.
Let's pause. We'll be finished in a second.
Look, that face
Oh,
is
yeah.
like, yes. His face is like, oh God, this is the greatest moment ever.
Thanks. Honestly.
I just don't like to impugn someone, Angus. That's all. That's more my issue.
Let's keep going.
You would think after that, the Woolworths team would learn and that they would be prepared for anything that may come their way. But it turns out they aren't. And now a woman has confronted the new Woolworths CEO and, well, her responses are even better.
What do you have to say to the fact that your company is profiting off price gouging during the context of the cost of living crisis?
The new CEO of Woolworths, we've got to applaud her work here. As a shareholder, I jokingly say this, and this is against my own best interest, but we have to cheer on what an amazing leader the Woolworths CEO
Look at the
is.
smug look on her face.
I know, everything's
It's so good.
She
I
hasn't even
love
said
it.
anything, and it's already, oh God.
It's so good.
If you can't handle an interview, don't go to an interview. If you can't handle talking to the public, don't go
No.
as the CEO of Woolworths with a name tag on in public.
Yeah.
Or have 30 random security guards blocking you so that you don't have to see the general public.
Thank you for reaching out to talk to us. We're doing everything that we can to recognise that customers are doing it as well. To make sure
Now, this is an amazing response because that to me sounds like an auto response from a no reply email.
It is.
Thank you for reaching out to us. We are doing everything we can. It's like when you call a phone and they're like, thank you for calling. You're number 36 in line.
Are you-
But she's in person doing it.
Are you sure she's actually a person and not like an AI person just doing an auto-generated
How much does she come across as that?
That's what I'm saying.
You're
She-
15 seconds in and you already are like, oh my
like,
God.
she's got her hands in the position with like the way she's presented looking as smug as possible.
With her auto response.
And with an auto response, like it just, the whole thing looks so generic.
Thank you for reaching us.
that they're able to get great prices.
I really don't believe that. Millions of people in Australia right now have to skip meals.
Look at the face on the old guy. He looks like disgusted, like, oh God.
He's just like, this is
You
gonna
know
go.
what? I reckon he should be the one who's in charge because he at least realizes, oh crap, we're in a bad situation. She looks too smug. The guy in the middle looks like a jerk and doesn't know how to handle
The-
it.
the-
Whereas the old guy at least looks like, oh crap, this is not a good situation. Like it's hit him.
The old guy would realize we shouldn't actually be doing this in the first place.
In order to survive, your company
Middle guy walks off.
Yeah.
has just bought a full extra supermarket chain through a vulture capitalist venture.
Look at the reaction of the old guy. Like, just like, what are you talking about?
Exactly.
But meanwhile, Mrs. Auto Reply Email acts the same way.
Yeah.
She has the look of thank you for emailing us. We'll be in touch when we can.
So that you can continue to make big
Actually, I like that this guy, the other guy, walked over closer to her, trying to get a little bit of intimidation in there. And then the old guy's got his like disgusted look.
bucks while working class people suffer. Can you sleep at night knowing that?
Very
Telling
well.
you that our team are doing everything that we can to support our customers.
It's like just a stock email. Our team are doing everything we can.
That's
We
a good
understand
point.
that it is incredibly difficult time right now.
Again, it's like when you call the phone and they don't answer. Your call is important to us. We understand that our customers are valued.
If you understood, then maybe you'd be prepared to give up the $1 billion that the company's been making.
We have lowered prices, and you can see that right through our store. We've got some great value for our customers, and that's a tribute to
Thank you
the
for
leadership.
sharing.
I don't believe
Thank
that.
you for sharing your
Well,
views.
Thank you for sharing your voice.
it's actually being hauled
can
before
actually
the
just walk
federal
the
court
shelves.
for actual shams with the supposed discounts that are being promoted.
You're entitled
I don't
to
think
yours,
working class
okay.
people buy
Thank
that
you so
and accept
much
that.
for sharing your views.
Yeah.
We appreciate it.
Thank you so much for sharing your views. We appreciate it.
I just love how generic everything is.
It is literally like if you call a complaints line of a company that doesn't care and they're like, yeah, we value your feedback.
We're doing everything that we can.
It's not views, it's like reality that
Yeah.
like millions of Australians right now are struggling so tough, and you're the
Look how angry the blonde one is. She like turned her back and then she turns back in just fury. This is probably the person that the other guy was on the thing before in his interview, like looking over to try
Well,
to save him.
Can you just shut the fuck up and just move on and just piss off and go and shop somewhere else instead?
How much do you reckon she wanted to say that?
She probably would have if she knew she wasn't going to keep her $200,000 a year job
Oh, she wishes she was that
or
low.
whatever.
She couldn't afford her car payments on that.
Yeah, that's true.
one behind price gouging and profiting off this.
It's actually illegal to videotape someone without their permission in New South Wales.
It's actually not.
No, I know. That's why I started laughing because I knew she'd completely butchered.
But even if it is, as a person in PR and all this stuff, I mean, we don't know her role, but still, she's representing the company. She should probably know that that's not going to come across well. I mean, we all know what she wishes she could say.
When you work for a large organization that has a very, very public face, the best thing to do when you're confronted with idiots in front of you
Shut up and walk away.
is just shut up. And if you have to stand there, stay there and be as blank as possible.
And just say thank you.
Yeah, and say thank you. Or
I'm
if-
sorry you feel that way. That's not how we feel as a company. I'm sorry that that's your perspective. You know, I don't have the same salary as them. I don't have a team behind me, but I actually can say, I'm sorry you feel that way. Like, that's not our perspective. And there's obviously a lot more to it. I'm sorry you feel that way. We hope you stay as a customer, but I'm sorry, we have some stuff to get to, and this is where I'm going to have to leave you. And again, I'm sorry that that's the way it's felt.
Politely tell them to piss off. It's not hard.
Literally, your job is getting paid millions of dollars to be able to handle. This is actually a very easy situation.
Oh, this is an easy thing to deal with.
Well,
We don't appreciate
I
that.
don't think
Thank
it's
you.
right though.
What a way to respond. Like, there's one word I was gonna say. What a C way to say it. Obviously, we can't say that on YouTube, but you know what the C word is.
The crossed arms.
Yeah,
Crossed
we
arms
appreciate it.
He basically says, piss off and leave us alone.
When you know someone's filming you, you don't go and be that mean girlish. Like, actually, from the movie Mean Girls, like this woman, the way she handled this would slot right in. In fact, we covered The Office Australia, and this woman would actually be funnier and better as a character in The Office
She
Australia.
couldn't be more correct.
In fact, even the CEO is the perfect female person to play a comedian in The Office Australia. It's not because they're female, it's because they suck at their job.
Exactly.
Both these two women and the two women playing the main people in The Office Australia, both should reverse roles, and I reckon both would be amazing, and everyone would have to back down. There'd be no more sexism in the workplace because men would have to agree women are better at this simply by switching their roles. No change of script or anything. Word for word, same thing. Bada bing, bada boom. Sexism is over. Women are better than men. We all would have to agree.
Ordinary people have to be starving and skipping meals. Like your company's making uber profits.
What she's saying is not even fair to them, but at the same time, they've created the situation where we're all on her side and we're all against her. Even as an investor in Woolworths, I'm against them. And I'm on the side of this woman who's actually going over the top and talking about how starving people are suffering. It's got nothing to do with them. There are other supermarkets. Go to Aldi and get cheap food. People aren't starving because of Woolworths. They are losing money and they're being misled, whatever, fine. That's what they were found to do.
We've just
walked past Aldi.
Off food. That should be
As he said,
He
we
just
just walked
said,
past Aldi.
yes. Yeah.
Always good for your key people to be like, yeah, we just walked past Aldi.
a human right.
Clear feedback.
I mean, shopping at Woolworths isn't a human right. I'm sorry.
No, it's not.
But thank you for your feedback.
I'm here with the team, talking to our team who are serving customers every day, doing the very best.
Yeah, I'm sure
Very dumb response in that it opens up the door for her to say, yeah, of course, your workers don't get paid enough, unlike you.
they do, and workers as well are actually suffering because of the profits that your company is making.
Very sincere thank you. Again, she doesn't even understand how to do the underhanded customer service thank you of. Thank you for your feedback. I really value
No,
it.
because she's never worked in customer service in her life, probably.
I love the turn back by this guy with the smile. Watch the guy, the blue guy's smile.
That's a great smirk on the way out. What a blow. Oh, that's-
Completely unnecessary. That is also perfect for the TV show The Office. That was the turn to the camera and smile.
That's so good.
Shame.
As a shareholder, can I demand that the CEO not leave their office ever?
I reckon you should, especially if they're this stupid.